Imagine waking up not in a soft bed, but under the open African sky. The tall grasses around you tremble from the movement of lions. You have no fire, no weapons, just your bare hands. To the predators, you are food. But somehow, these fragile beings, our ancestors, managed to survive long enough to one day rule the planet. How did they do it? Today, we'll uncover the epic survival story of the first humans and how their struggles with animals, predators, and nature built the foundations of who we are. Our journey begins over 2 million years ago with Homo habilis. These small, hairy ancestors weren't mighty hunters, they were opportunists. Imagine a pride of lions bringing down an antelope. The lions feast, then abandon the leftovers. Hyenas swoop in, snapping bones. And finally, when no predator is watching, timid little humans creep closer. Using sharp stone flakes, some of the first tools ever created, they slice away scraps of meat still clinging to the carcass. It wasn't glorious, but it kept them alive. This is where humanity's story of technology begins. Simple stone chips that turned us from helpless prey into survivors. That's why scientists call them habilis, the handyman. But humans didn't stop there. By 1.8 million years ago, a new ancestor emerged, Homo erectus, taller, stronger, and daring. They were the first to leave Africa and spread into Asia and Europe. But what truly transformed their fate was fire. Picture a family of early humans gathered around flames for the first time. Before fire, nights belonged to leopards and hyenas. With fire, the predators kept their distance. Food could be roasted, unlocking more calories to fuel bigger brains. Fire turned gatherings into community, protection into power. One simple spark reshaped what it meant to be human. Now imagine hunger pushing people into boulders. A small band of early humans stalks a woolly mammoth across a plain. They are slow, weaker than the beast, yet they do not give up. Scientists believe early humans hunted not by speed or weapons, but by pure stubbornness. This method, called persistence hunting, meant chasing prey for hours until the animal collapsed from exhaustion, too tired to fight back. Our ancestors were basically running marathons, powered by endurance and teamwork, against creatures 10 times their size. It was dangerous, but persistence gave fragile humans an edge against giants. But here's something even more surprising. Humans weren't alone. The Earth was a crowded stage with multiple humans living side by side. Neanderthals roamed Europe with stocky builds and larger brains. Denisovans left traces in our DNA, though we barely know what they looked like. And on Indonesian islands lived Homo floresiensis, tiny, hobbit-sized humans barely a meter tall. For thousands of years, our species overlapped with these cousins. We fought sometimes, but also mingled. In fact, genetic studies show that modern humans still carry about 2% Neanderthal DNA, a reminder that we aren't a single straight line of evolution, but a tangled family tree. Still, survival wasn't just about tools or hunting. Sometimes it was about compassion, and the most important bond of all began with a wolf. Imagine a small pack lurking near a human campsite, hungry for scraps. Normally, humans might chase them away. Instead, some perhaps tossed a piece of meat to keep the wolves at bay. Over generations, these bold wolves came closer, growing tamer. Humans began to feed them, and in return, the wolves warned of predators, guarded camps, and helped hunt. This may have been humanity's first rescue story. We saved them by offering food, and they saved us in return with loyalty. Over thousands of years, wolves transformed into dogs, the very first animals humans ever domesticated. That alliance was not just practical, it was life-changing. Even today, we dig up graves over 14,000 years old with humans buried next to puppies, a silent symbol of a bond that saved both species. As humans spread further, creativity blossomed. On cave walls from Africa to Europe, our ancestors painted animals, bison, lions, mammoths, sometimes charging into hunts, other times standing proud as spiritual figures. These weren't doodles, they were stories. To early humans, animals weren't only prey or predators. They were
Laughter
powerful
and
symbols
contented
woven into
murmurs.
culture and belief. At the same time, clothing appeared. For a long time, survival in freezing climates meant wrapping hides around the body with no
Stick swishes.
stitching,
Group
essentially
C
wearing
gasps.
furry blankets.
Group D